There is an epicness to this play that we don't necessarily get to experience very often in person.
You're not doing the three-man version of King Lear. We've got, a large ensemble.
The fight director is, basically we handle all of the staged violence, the illusion of violence. So it could be anything from tripping to a big sword fight.
Great.
There's a backdrop to it, even historically, that's just a really gritty, nasty time. How do you tell that story in a play? How do you capture a battle in a play? How do you capture the fact that someone's tearing somebody's eyeballs out?
Give me some help!
In a play. And so there was an aspect of going, how do we do this and support that story, knowing what our limitations are?
So let's go from the top. We're just going to march through this thing nice and easy, please.
Our number one goal is to create a safe environment for the actors.
Slow.
They're going to be doing this probably well over 100 times easily. And so we want to create an environment where the actors can reproduce the same action over and over again without hurting themselves.
Everybody's happy, everybody's safe, feel good?
After all, we're telling a story. We're not trying to, have real gladiator combat in our play. There's only so many actors. You can't be replacing them every show.
Ah! Oh, that was a lie.
The chaos in the world and the gods and defying the gods is kind of represented in the chaos in the fights. It's fun being able to choreograph, not your conventional, typical weapons like broadsword and rapier dagger, let's say. Now you've got an axe, which can be used in many different ways, which has a whole different physical vocabulary that we're having a blast, putting on stage.
We have axes, we have swords, we have weapons like this, and this is what is called a bardiche. So like, again, another big chopping type weapon.
It's not conventional to have two fight directors working together in tandem on a show, but we found that it's actually has been really successful in terms of the partnership and how it fits in context with rehearsal.
There's so much going on, and in ours, this is why having the both of us work on it, it's so helpful. There's a big battle at one point, and there's probably like 6 or 7 different sequences happening all at the same time. So to have 2 sets of eyes really helps us clarify that.
And I'm catching things that Karl is missing, and Karl's catching things that I'm missing only because there's so much action going on that Karl's like, focus on this side, and I'll focus on this side. It's turning out to be really beneficial, I think, for the storytelling and for the choreography of the fights.
It's a luxury because, we're able to work, build off each other. We're able to be either side of the fight for the actors, so the actors are able to, maybe Haysam's Edgar's part and I'm Edmund's part, and so we're able to really help those actors individually with what we're doing.
Alberta's this weird mecca for fight directors and fight masters. Jean-Pierre Fournier and Jean-Paul Gelano. We have some amazing artists that have kind of cultivated the richness of fight direction in this province. So we're quite lucky that we're Alberta-based artists because we have access to those amazing talents.
You rascal! I'll not be struck in my lord.
Even though this world, this scope is larger than life, I think it really sheds a microscope on who we are as human beings. And I think Shakespeare captures the human condition like nobody else.
You're going to enter the theater and you're going to see something that is just big. We're talking about kings, we're talking about battles, we're talking about storms, we're talking about people having hidden identities and losing those we love and trying to find them again, and madness overtaking you. And so we're talking about exciting things like, we only sometimes get to see on film. It's like a Ridley Scott movie, but we get to see it on stage. And then on top of that, you're going to experience something that is that epic, but that's going to, I think, speak to you in the core of who we are as humans.